Hello dear students, welcome to the first lecture of the planning. In this lecture we are going to discuss what are the functions of the management, what do you mean by the term the planning, and what are the characteristics, importance and steps, and what you mean by the term is the business objectives. These are the important elements regarding this lecture. The first we are going to discuss what are the functions of the management. Okay, the functions of the management. According to Luther Gulick has given a keyword post-doc crops. P is representing planning, O is organizing, and S is staffing, D is directing, and CO is representing coordinating, and R is representing the reporting, and B is representing the budgeting. That's the first function. That's the first definition regarding the functions of the management. It's forwarded by this concept is forwarded by the Luther Gulick. And after that, Coons and Donald, one of the important the management expert, he finally defined and what are the important functions of the management. As per the Coons and Donald, there are mainly the 5 important functions of the management. There is a planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. And these are the 5 important functions regarding the management. So what is the planning? We are already discussing what we mean by term is planning in the bridge course classes, and organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. The planning is deciding in advance what should be done in future. The term is known as the planning. And organizing means it's a bringing together all the activities of the organization. That means the term is known as the organizing. And staffing, that means appointing the right person for the right job. That means selection, recruitment, all the part of the staffing. And there is a directing. Directing is a point of the leadership, communication, motivation. That's a part of the direction. That means directing. That means issue the guidelines for performing the work. The team is known as the directing. And after that, controlling. Controlling means there's a comparison. There's comparing the actual performance with the standard performance and find out the deviation and take the corrective action. The term is known as the controlling. Okay, and these are the 5 important the functions of the management. Okay, and after that we are discussing the process of the management. The process means that's a functional side. There's a planning, organizing, directing, staffing, controlling, all are interrelated. So planning is all related to staffing, staffing is related to the controlling, controlling is related to organizing. This all the functions are the interrelated. The concept is known as the functions of the management. Okay, the concept of function management point of view, the first term is the post-doc crop. The term is P stands for the planning, O is organizing, S stands for staffing, D is directing and coordinating, reporting and budgeting. And these are the first important terms introduced by the functions of the management. Okay, and after that the Coons and Donald introduced one of the important elements regarding the functions of the management. And the Coons and Donald defined that there is one of the important functions of the management. The first is planning, there is organizing, there is staffing, there is a directing, and there is a controlling. And these are the important the functions of the management. Okay, and we're discussing the first important the function is the planning. So this is the first chapter, and this is a planning, and this is chapter first. We are discussing the first important function, that is the planning, and we're discussing the what you mean by the term is the planning. What's the planning? We are familiar with the term planning in the plus 2 classes. The planning is deciding advance what should be done in future. That means deciding before ahead. That means deciding advance what should be done in future. The term is known as the planning. The planning is nothing but thinking before the action take place. It's like a thinking before the action take place. The term is known as the planning. Okay, so that is one of the important function of the management is planning. Without planning, the entire functions will be failure. So planning is the first important function of the management. So you must be planned, deciding advance what should be done in future. So that's the first important function, the planning. And there is the planning give the answers a lot of questions: where, when, how, what, who, why. These answers is given by the planning, because we can plan easily to solve this question: where, when, how, what, who, why, where we are and where we want to go. That is one of the important solution regarding your the planning. Okay, there is a term, the planning, and this is the meaning regarding your the planning. Okay, and after that, what are the characteristics of the planning? The planning is the first important function, the deciding advance what should be done in future. The term is known as the planning. And we're discussing one of the important characteristics of the planning. The first important characteristics, it is a managerial function. The planning is like a managerial function. That means the manager can effectively plan a lot of the activities within your organization. And suppose he plan according to the right way, he can give a lot of solution to the problems. So that is a managerial function. Okay, that is the first important characteristic of the management, that is a managerial function. And second one is the goal oriented. The goal oriented. The second important function is the goal oriented. The goal means the organization must be goal oriented. Suppose your plan successfully can be achieved the goals of the organization. So planning is always focusing on the goal oriented. That is second important characteristic of the planning, that is goal oriented. And there is a pervasive, that's universal applied concept. The planning is the universally applied concept. It can be applied to the different fields of the management. You can apply the planning in the different field of the management. Suppose the technology, IT point of view, we can use the term the planning. The third one is the pervasive, and another one is continuous activity. The planning is always continuous activity. It's never ending process. Your planning is always a continuous process. It's not a never ending process. That means it may continue for the future, for the betterment of the organization. So there's another important characteristic of the planning is the continuous activity. And another one is intellectual process. The planning is a part of the intellectual process. That means intellectual thinking, intellectual planning. That's a part of the plan. That means as top level manager is a plan a lot of the activities in the top level for the betterment of the organization. So there is an intellectual point of view. The planning is very important. So the planning is considered as an intellectual process. And that's one of the important characteristics, this intellectual process. And another one is a futuristic. The planning is always deciding advance what should be done in future. That means always focusing on the futuristic. Can solve the problems of the organization with help of the planning. Suppose you plan right way, can solve a lot of the problems relating with the organization. So that is a futuristic. And is a decision making. So planning is always focusing on the decision making. That means take the right decision at the right time. So that is the decision making activity. So there is another important function, that is a decision making. The planning is always connected with the decision making. Okay, these are the important characteristics of the planning. The first one is the managerial function, and there is a goal oriented, it's a pervasive, it's a continuous activity, it's an intellectual process, futuristic, and the decision making. These are the important characteristics of the planning. Okay, and after that, what are the importance of the planning? At current scenario, the management is given a lot of the importance to the team, the planning. So why? They are given a lot of the importance to the planning. Here we are discussing a lot of the importance regarding the planning. Okay, what are the importance of the planning in the current scenario? As an organization point of view, the management point of view, what are the importance of the planning? The first importance of the planning is improve the future performance. Improving the future performance. It helps the managers to improve the future performance, because the planning is always a futuristic, deciding advance what should be done in future. So with help of the planning, the managers can improve the future performance of the organization. They can decide the policies, programs for the benefit of the organization. That's the first important strength of the planning. It helps the managers to improve the future performance. That means better performance help of the planning, and selecting the right action, selecting the different course of action for the benefit of the organization. That's the first importance of the planning. And second one is minimizing the risk and uncertainty, Definitely, the planning is always minimize risk and the uncertainty. So can be uncertainty. That means there's a possibility of the risk. There's a lot of the controllable and uncontrollable risk. So that's a systematic risk and the unsystematic risk. With help of the planning, you can be easily minimize the risk of the organization. That's reducing the uncertainties. The future is always uncertain. We can't predict future right way and right way. So with help of the planning, we can minimize the risk of the uncertainty. That's one of the importance of the planning. And third one is it facilitates the coordination of the activity. It facilitates the coordination of the activity. So the planning is always coordinating the lot of the activities. You can be easily coordinate the activities with the organized with help of the planning. Likewise, there's a lot of the example. Suppose the top level managers are introducing certain programs, policies in organization. They take these programs and policies with help of the planning. So with help of these policies and program, they can ensure the success of the organization, success of an activity. So that means facilitate the coordination of the activity. That's one of the important strengths of the planning. It facilitates the coordination of the activity. That means overlapping among the activities and eliminating the unproductive works. That's one of the importance of the planning, can be coordinating an activity. And another one is proper direction. The planning is always given the proper direction. State that what should be done in future. So it provides the direction for the actions. So providing the direction for the action. That is one of the importance of the planning. There is a direction and there is an action. So the planning is always helpful to the proper direction, and the direction will be leads to the action. That is another importance of the planning. There is provide the direction of the action. That means state in advance what should be done in future. So it provides the proper direction of an activity. That's another importance. And another one is a future opportunity threat. Can be identify the future opportunities and threat. SWOT analysis. The planning is always promoting the SWOT, strength, opportunity, threat. So we can easily identify the future opportunity and threat with help of the planning. So that is another importance of the planning. That means the future opportunity and the threat. And the sixth one, set the standard for the controlling. The planning and controlling is properly connected. Both are the interrelated activity. So a good planning is always facilitate the controlling. So it set out some standards for the controlling, because the controlling is involved. There is a measuring the actual performance and that's establishing the standard performance. So comparison. So a right planning is always set a standard for the controlling. That means comparing the actual performance with the standard performance. Okay, these are the importance of the planning. That means it improve the future performance. Definitely it improve the future performance. To minimize risk and uncertainty. First, coordination of the activity, and so it is the direction of the action. The future opportunities and threat is set out a standard for the controlling, and these are the importance of the planning. Okay, and after the pros, so the steps regarding the plan. As a manager, a good manager take the right action at the right time. So it must be properly planned the activity. So what are the essential steps regarding the planning? Okay, the first important step is recognize needs or action. The first important element is the planning process to aware the business opportunities of the firm in intern, external environment. The first, why you go for the planning. So first, aware the business what are the business opportunities available in the external environment. The first important step is recognize need for the action. എന്തിനാണ് നിങ്ങൾ പ്ലാനിങ് ചെയ്യണത്? So what is the purpose? So aware is it for awareing the business opportunities? The first you decide the need for the action. That's the first important steps of the planning, recognizing the need for the action. And second step is setting an objectives. The second step is then after the need for the action, recognizing the needs. Second one is setting the objectives. That means most important step of the planning process. That means here establishing objectives for the organization, and here setting the objectives of the organization. That means objectives for the whole organization for the better performance. And second step is the setting of the objectives. The first one is the recognized need for the action, and second step is setting of the objectives. And third step is developing the premises. Premises means internal, external. Let's identify the internal, external. Internal means within the organization, external means purely outside. So that means political, competition, internal assumption, policies must be taken care of the both the premises, that means internal and the external. So that is third important step is the developing of the premises. And fourth one is identify the alternative. Identify the alternative. So that means it is identify over, that means what are the alternatives are available to solve the problems of the manager. The fourth step is planning process to identify the alternative. That means there is one way to achieve the objective of the firm. There is a multitude of choice. How to achieve the objectives of the organization? You don't achieve the objective organization. We need a lot of the alternatives. So yeah, the planning point of view must be identify the different alternative to achieve the objectives, solve the problems and achieve the objective. Then fourth step is identifying the alternative. Okay, these are first four process. The first one, recognize need for the action. The first you identify what are the needs, recognizing the need. And second one is setting our objective. And third step is developing the premises. And fourth one is identifying the alternative. Okay, the fifth one is examine the alternative course of action. That means, and after the evaluating the alternative, the next one is examining the alternative. So that's the fourth step is identifying the alternative. That means pros and cons. And after that, examining the alternative. The examining means you must be identify the pros and cons of the each alternative. Then every alternative have their own strength and the weakness. You must be consider the pros and cons relating with that means advantage and the disadvantage of the alternatives. So fifth step is examining the alternative course of action. Okay, and sixth one is selecting the alternative. So after the exam, the next one is selecting of the alternative. The finally select the best one for the decision making point of view. The term is known as selecting of the alternative. And then after the selection, the seventh one is formulating the supporting plan. Okay, you selected the best one, and after that must be forward support. Suppose if there is once you have been chosen the plan to be implemented, the manager will have to be come up with the one or more supporting plans. So supporting plans are essential for the completing each and every activity. So there must be need the supporting plans. So seventh one is formulating the supporting plan. Okay, and eighth one is the implementation of the plan. After the formulation, the next one is implementing, formulating the lot of supporting plan. And next one is implementing the plan. So that means the tool is required the implementation. The two types of the plan, there's a procedures, policies, program, budget, standard, all are essential for the implementation of the plan. So eighth one is implementation, and the ninth one is assessment of strength and weakness. So you must be assessing strength and weakness of the plan. A correction should be taken for the rectifying the problems. That's the assessment of the strength and the weakness. Okay, these are the important 9 steps regarding the process of the planning. Okay, the first one, it is the recognizing the needs for the action, and second one is the setting of objectives, and third one is developing the premises, and fourth one is identifying the alternatives, and fifth one is examining the alternative, and sixth one is selecting the alternative, seventh one is formulating the supporting plans, and implementation of the plan, and assessment of strength and weakness. These are the important process or steps regarding the planning. Okay, and after that, what you mean by theme is the business objectives. So one of the important terms used in the business, there's objectives, and discussing what you mean by the theme is objectives and the business objectives, and both are the same. The business objectives and objectives both are the same. So objectives, sometimes the business objective that may be defined as a end result which organization try to be achieved. That means it's like an end result which an organization try to be achieved. Sometimes the organization is a plan, the maximization of the profit. So they try to maximizing the profit. The another one is minimizing the loss. That means they try to minimizing the loss. So both are the objectives. The objective may be defined as end result which organization try to be achieved. Okay, that term is known as the business objective. That's one of the important term used in the business, that is a business objective. A business objective, that means specific and the measurable. So the business objective, that means maybe the specific and you are the measurable. Okay, that's one of the important terms of the business point. It must be measurable, specific, and the measurable. Okay, so the term is the business objective may be defined as like an end result which organization try to achieve. So that means like a specific and the measurable. The term is known as the business objective. Suppose the maximization of the profit. That means they are trying to maximizing, the organization try to maximizing the profit. The term is the business objective. Minimization of the loss. That's one of the important business that they try to minimizing the loss. So both are the business objective. So this is like an end result which organization try to achieve. Okay. And after what are the features of the business objective? What are the important features of the business objective? And we're discussing what are the different characteristics of the business objective. The first one is the business objective should be understandable. The first important characteristic of business objective should be understandable. It should be understandable to the general public and your organization member. So that means the first important characteristic is that it should be understandable to everyone. And another one is measurable. That means it must be measurable. Suppose maximization of the profit, this may be measurable in terms of the profit. Minimization of the loss, that can be measurable in terms of the loss. Its objectives should be the measurable. The second important characteristics of the objectives that must be measurable. And third one should be specific. As a focusing on your organization, must be specific. That means must be focusing on the organization. The objective should be the specific. That means focusing on the organization. That must be understandable. There's measurable. There is a specific. And fourth one is it's a multiple in nature. So that's a business objectives are the multiple. That means short-term objective, long-term objective. There is a different category of the objective. That means it's like a multiple in nature. That's another important characteristics. It's a multiple in nature. And an objective have the hierarchy. There is no order. Which one is the best objective? Suppose organization has two objectives. Which one is a higher one? So there must be a hierarchy. So certain organization have two or more objectives. You must be defined which one is the most important, most significant to the organization. That means hierarchical level is very important. And another one is objective is a form of the network. That means the interconnection between sub-objective. That's network. The objectives are formed with the help of the network. That means it interconnected with another objective. Okay. That sixth one is objectives are the interconnected. And seventh objective may be long term or the short term. That's a sometime. Suppose the government is forming a lot of the objectives. Some is a short term point of view. Someone is the long term point of view. The short term point of view means within a 1 year. That's a short term objective. Long term means more than 5-6 years. The focusing on the more than 5 or 6 years. The term is known as the long term objective. And another one is objective tangible or not. It may be tangible, can be measurable or not. Sometimes it can be see or touch. The term is not tangibility. Sometimes it's tangible or not. That is another important tangibility. And another one is have the priorities, like a hierarchy, and similarly they have the priorities. Some objective have the priority. Which one is the priority and which one is the most considered one. So there is a priority. And another one is objectives are verifiable. That is a verifiable for the common person and the internal auditor. That is another important objectives. I will need characteristics of the objective. That is objectives are the verifiable. And chance of clash. There is a possibility of the chance. So as a good manager or the expert always try to interclash between the objectives. There's a possibility of chance of clash between the objectives. These are the important characteristics of the objectives. So that means its objective should be understandable, should be measurable, should be specific, should be nature. That means multiple in nature, hierarchy and network, long term, short term, and tangibility. Have the priority, verifiable, and there is a chance of clash between an objective. Suppose the government point of the frame the objective, there may be interclash between the different objectives. And a possibility interclash where all possibilities. These are the important characteristics of the objectives. What is an objectives? Objectives, that means your end result which the organization try to be achieve. The term is known as your objectives. And objectives is always goal oriented. Sometimes it's a goal oriented, productive, quality point of view. And these are the important characteristics of the business objectives. Okay, and after that, what are the merit of the business objectives? Suppose you're framing the business objectives, and what are the advantages of the business objectives? Suppose you frame the business objective, what are the advantages? Suppose you're a manager, frame the business objective. You frame the business objective, what are the objectives, what are the advantages of the business objective? The first advantage is a clear definition of objective encourage unified planning. That means better objectives always supporting you the planning. So there is a connection with the objectives and the plan, because the second important steps of the planning, that is no objectives. So suppose you have defined the objective well, that means encouraging unified planning. That is the first important strength of your the organization, that is unified planning. And second one is the objectives are from on the base decentralization of authority. Objectives are framing the on the base of decentralization, that means granting authority to the lower level. That means that's considering the lower level, and that is shifting to the lower level. So that is considering the lower level activity. So that's on the base of decentralization. The this objectives always facilitate the decentralization of authority within an organization. And another one, it facilitates the coordination of the work, effort, and resources. The coordination of works, effort, resources of the different persons. So that one of the important is the coordination of the work, effort, and resources. That's one of the important element of the business. There's a coordination, work, and effort, and it motivates the individuals. The good objective is always motivating the individuals, motivating individual needs, wants. So the considering the individual, with the help of the business objective, you can be considered your individual within your organization, and also motivate the individuals. Another, it provides the standard for the control. Definitely, it's ensure the unified planning. Therefore, it provides the basic standard for the controlling. So it's one of the important advantages of the business objectives, provide the basic standard for the control, and it indicates the contribution to maybe each unit. That this is another important strength of so it indicates the contribution made by each unit. That means unified planning, a coordination of the work is also supporting the contribution from the different employees. So it indicates the contribution to be made by each unit. That is the strength of the business objective. And last one is first, better management of the enterprises. How the business objective is ensure better management? Definitely with help of the unified plan. The good objective is always encourage unified planning, and this unified planning is always first better management of the enterprises. And these are the important advantages of the business objective. First one, clear definition of objective encourage unified planning, and it's a decentralization. Objectives on the decentralization of authority. And third one is first coordination of the works and effort. And fourth one is motivating the individual. And fifth one is provide the basic standard for the control. And sixth one indicate the contribution. And seventh one, it for the better management of the enterprises. These are the important advantages of the business objectives. Okay, what is the business objectives? The business objectives are end result which organization try to achieve. An example, the maximization of the profit, minimization of the loss. These are objectives of the organization, and these are the important merits of the business objectives. And after the what are steps, business objectives, how to set objectives. There's a great question. And how to set the business objectives. There are 8 important steps. The first important step is a classification objective. There's a short term or long term. That is one of the important steps, the classification of the objectives. As a good manager, setting objective point of view must be considered the classifying your objective, short term or long term. And second one is area objective. Which area you're framing the objective for, the which area? It's like a production department or the market department. Which area have we defined your objective? So second one is area objective. The first one is classification, and second one is area objective. And third step is a realistic objective. The third one, you decide the area and must be framed the realistic objective. It must be reality, not be illusion. It must be in the reality format. So realistic objective must be framed. You must be responsible for the realistic objectives. And fourth step is a consideration of the past. You must be considered the past performance of your organization. That's the fourth important step, is the considering of the past performance, because the past performance always facilitates the future. So you must be considered past for whether any difficulties regarding the past performance of setting of objectives. There's a consideration of the past performance. And fifth one is the clarity. Organization clarity is very important. So clarify your objectives. And sixth one is balancing the short range and the long range objective. So that means you must be the first step, you classify your objective, and must be balancing the short term and the long term objective. The sixth one is the balancing of the short term and the long term objective. And seventh one is the qualification of the objective. That means qualification, that means it must be check that it must be attainable or must be realistic. That's the qualification objective. And last step is your the dynamic. That means changes according to your the situation. And these are the important steps for your the setting of objective. There is eighth important step, the classification of the objectives and area of objective, realistic objectives, consideration of the past performance, consider clarity, balancing of short range and the long range objective, qualification of objectives and the dynamic. These are the important process regarding the setting of the objectives. So once again we discuss the first important aim is what are the functions of the management. The functions of the management, that means the consent on finalize the 5 important function: planning, organizing, staffing, directing and the controlling. So all the functions are interrelated: planning, deciding advance what should be done in future; organizing, bringing to the staffing, appoint right person, recruitment, selection; directing, that means instructing, inspiring; controlling, that means comparison of actual and standard performance. These are 5 important functions of the management, and we discuss the first important functions of planning. The planning is a deciding advance what should be done in future. That means give the answer where, when, where, why, how, who. Then given the answer to different question. The team is known as the planning, and what the characteristics of managerial, goal-oriented, progressive, continuous activity, intellectual process, futuristic, and the decision making. These are the important functions. And what are the importance of the planning? So first one, the characteristics, and after the importance. So uncertainty, reduce uncertainty, improving the future purpose, direction, future opportunities, and set out the standards. These are the importance of the planning. And what the process? Recognizing need, setting objectives, developing promises, identifying the alternative, examining the alternative, setting of alternative, and formulating supportive plan, implementation of plan, assessing the strength and the weakness. And these are the important the process of the planning. And what is the business objective? What's the business objective? That means these are end results which organizers try to be achieved. That's the business objective. And what are the characteristics of the business objective? Now to the merits of the business objective: a clear definition, motivation of the individual, and finally the process of setting objective. That's the classification objective, area objective, realistic objective, consideration, clarity, balancing, qualification objectives, and the dynamic. Okay, anyway, thank you so much, and thank you for watching me.